Hey folks, last night was day 5 of mixing and today will be day 6 of mixing this new album, and I kind of wanted to, you know, talk about some of the subjects and inspirations and themes that are on this album. Yeah, some of the inspirations and stuff, and that kind of stuff. This album, firstly, is a little bit more political than my previous stuff, just because we all know the current situation that's going on in the United States, and Brexit, and even here in Canada. I'm not going to describe the situation, but that's we do get a little bit more political on this album. Some of the ideas, like, I was highly inspired by street shit. Like, I in my younger years, I spent some time on the streets when I was 18, 19, something like that. And one of the things about when you're living on the streets is, first of all, you learn how to survive on the streets. Second of all, once you get off the streets, you also learn how to survive and stay off the streets. At least I did, and I would hope that everyone else does. But some of the album is inspired by that. Some of the album is inspired also by like urban street warrior stuff. Kind of the idea that we're taking the streets back from political parties in power and stuff like that, or the ideas that we go about in doing that. I don't want to get too political in this video, but I just, like I said, I just want to kind of discuss some of the inspirations and stuff like that, and kind of, some inspirations and some themes and stuff. Another theme we touch upon is, well, it's not so much a theme, it's more of just something that inspired me. Not just this urban street kind of warrior type deal, but also overcast days, concrete jungle type stuff. Obviously politics and current goings on. Another subject theme or subject that I touch on is dystopia. Obviously, that's something that I believe that it's not going to happen to us. And the reason why is because I believe that, as well, William Gibson, when he wrote the Bridge and Sprawl series of books, those novels were meant as a warning. Those series were meant as a warning to not that this could be a possibility, and that we're meant to not end up in that situation. And my thinking is, if he's intelligent enough to realize that, then we're intelligent enough to not end up in that spot. And I'm not saying this is magically going to happen. Obviously, we have to put our foot forward and make our actions true in the direction that will stop us from ending in that kind of a reality. So, but yeah. Some of the other subjects we talk about: technology, and in specific, automated weapons. In the last couple of years, there's been debate on whether we should be using automated weapons, and essentially what an automated weapon is a weapon designed with artificial intelligence, and it determines, if they create an automated weapon, it can decide for itself what it's going to, attack and what it's not going to attack. And a lot of scientists are saying, well, this is like the end game kind of thing, and this will cause World War III, because it would be like and the way AIs not all AIs are like this, but from my understanding, some of the more recent AI learning structure, they will learn our moves. They will learn our psychology, and they can use that against us. Like they'll be able to predict. Like I'll give it an example. This isn't an automated weapon, but this is a self-driving car. They're good enough to do it better than humans now, and if we give weapons or automated weapons, give these weapons artificial intelligence, it's like there's no telling what can happen, because they'll learn our psychology. They'll know how we'll react. They'll know how to counteract that, and it's not a good situation. So those are some of the subjects and inspirations. Like a large part of the process of writing this album, I did a lot of like wandering around in the core, and not just the core but the belt line, just kind of like just kind of being in this concrete jungle kind of thing. Granted, Calgary is not a very big city in the sense that the core is fairly small compared to other metropolitan cities. Like, you can't compare it to New York in that sense, because it's a larger population size, but it's still inspiring, and I tried to capture that with this album, some of the themes. Yeah, I think that's it. I just wanted to kind of let you guys know some of the themes and inspirations, that kind of stuff. Like I said, I didn't want to get too political in this video, because it's I don't know. From what I'm understanding is that Facebook and a lot of the social media sites are starting to crack down on a lot of the political stuff, depending on what it is. I know was it last week or something like that, one of my blogs was blocked. I don't know if somebody flagged it or something, but I had a link to a blog that I wrote, and it was basically on dystopia. And like I described earlier in this video, I believe we're intelligent enough to I believe we're intelligent enough to avoid it. And I think that, you can read the blog. It is up on my site. And anyway, it was blocked by Facebook, and I was like, okay, well, I'm talking about dystopia here, and I don't know exactly why they blocked it, but I did send them a message, and they didn't respond to my message, but it was eventually unblocked, so I reposted it. I'm not sure who read it. I also have a friend. She had a movie, a dystopic, post-apocalyptic type movie, and I guess apparently that was blocked. But I think the Facebook or whoever reviewed it and allowed it on social media eventually again. So maybe they're just being careful about what's being posted in that sense. So yeah, I don't know. It's just funny stuff. My thinking was like, okay, well, if we're not allowed to talk about dystopia, that obviously means that they're... I don't even understand why we wouldn't be allowed to talk about that, because to be quite honest with you, it's by blocking that kind of stuff, you're already proving that we're going towards that, and you're blocking people from speaking out against that reality. And yeah, you can read the blog. I did post it again on Facebook a while last week, I think on Friday or something like that. It was allowed on Facebook again, so I'll post the link in this video description. But yeah, anyway, today will be day 6 of mixing, and we're getting closer to having this album done. So yeah, I'm excited, and I can't wait for you fuckers to hear this, because I think this is Twitch's best album yet, and I have put a lot of work into it. The writing process was, I think, a year and a half writing process, or 2 years or something like that. Maybe it's been 3 years. But typically when I work on stuff, when I travel, I start new stuff when I travel, because I don't take the stuff I'm currently working on with me when I travel. So typically, like 3 years ago, I think I was finalizing the block, the stream, and the key, and I had everything here in the studio. And then when I went traveling to go visit friends or whatever, I do start new stuff. And so some of the ideas and concepts were created 3 years ago, but I wasn't officially working on a new album 3 years ago, because I was already working on something else, the block, the stream, and the key. And then as far as when I was strictly working on this new album, it's been a year and a half, almost 2 years, I think, something like that, to get this done. And like I said, I put a lot of time into this. I think just a little after January, I was working on tracks almost daily. I was like in the studio every night and every evening after work, and just trying to get it done. And that's the same now with the mixing process, and I'm just trying to get it done as quickly as possible, because I want to get this out. I want you guys to hear it. And honestly, I don't like sitting still. I don't like getting stagnant. Like I need to, and it's not just because I'm trying to stay current or whatever. It's actually, like, for me, mental health wise, it's better if I'm working on stuff, because if I don't, I start getting into trouble, and just that kind of stuff. So at least in trouble mentally. And so I try and keep productive and release as often as possible. Plus I've got goals that I want to reach, like release wise. And so I think that's it. If you if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, leave a comment, share if you enjoy the content, this video. And if you enjoy the content on the channel, please please subscribe. Thank you, and check you in the next video.